What's going on, everybody? Happy frigid, freezing cold Monday from Detroit, Michigan. I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight or War, co host of Music and Mayhem with my brother Skylar Ray, and um, got some breaking news here, folks. Breaking news. And it's not about our new president, it's not about the Lions losing, it's not about stuff like that at all. This is big news. So hold on tight. Sit down. Get yourself a drink if you need one. Relax. Don't relax. Do what you gotta do to get ready for this announcement because this is big. I don't know if you guys checked out the description of the show, the title and everything for what this live right now is, but the description is breaking news. Sorry, breaking news. New show coming soon. And that's right. We've got a new show coming, and it is going to be something like you guys have not seen before. A show like no other, and very proud of it. Very proud of the people in it, and so we don't have our official first date yet, um, but it's happening. Talk to the other hosts that are involved. So without any more bullshit hesitation, very proud to announce our new show, Bullshittin with the Boys, with yours truly. I'll be hosting along with our producer, Matt Cronin, and with the one and only AJ Galante. So, I mean, the other two really need no introduction, man. Um, Matt Cronin, his work as a producer, as an editor, speaks for itself. He is extremely well known for in the industry because of his work. You may have heard of somebody that he works with and does work for and helps out as far as doing editing and producing and editing. But now this individual does pretty much everything on his own. But this is the team of people that we work with. So I appreciate Matt coming on. Like I said, you know him from all of his work that he's done with our other brother, Ian Bick. And so right there. Plus, you saw him on our very first pilot episode of Bullshitting with the Boys last Friday. Our next host and our third host is the one and only AJ Galante, who those of you who have Netflix and know the backstory of AJ. If not, I highly suggest going to Netflix and checking out Untold. It's Untold Crime and Penalties, and it's about a couple things. It's about AJ and his father. It's about the Danbury Trashers. It's definitely an interesting watch, a documentary, and like I said, that's it doesn't take much at all when you say those names to know exactly who they are and why you bring some heavy hitters to the table like that. So for me, it is truly an honor and a blessing to be part of this team, and us three going at it. It's going to be one amazing show, and what we're going to be doing and going after is uncharted. It's going to be uncut, uncensored. What are we going to be talking about? What's the show about? You're asking. Well, you know what? You're going to have to tune in and find out because we are going to be jumping over and jumping on pretty much anything and everything. Every topic you can imagine is going to be on Bullshitting with the Boys because when it comes down to it, that's what we do, man. I mean, think about your family, your friends. Think about you guys. And Tyler Thompson, how you doing, my brother? You're the first one to pop on today. And hopefully you just heard my announcement about our new show that's going to be that we're getting going here. Again, myself, Matt Cronin, AJ Galante, Bullshitting with the Boys. We are literally in the first stages of this. Myself and Matt Cronin came on, and just to show you how things work. And when things are meant to be, they happen. Um, my other show with Skylar Ray, Music and Mayhem, another one, prime example. Here, Skylar was a guest on our show at My Fight Our War. Came on as a guest, wanted to hear his backstory, wanted to hear everything he's got going on with his incredible career with him and Kayla and their music, and also his just inspirational story of recovery. And not only that, everything that those two give back to the community, it's just amazing. And then you throw his music on top of that, along with what they're doing. I had to have him on. And that's, you surround yourself with the people that you want to emulate, the people that you want close to your life and you want to be part of. You want to be a part of something that's, just whatever, average. All right. I mean, if that's what you want, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you choose, surround yourself with average people. You want to be part of something that is just off the chain. You want to be part of something that is huge, popular, that is inspirational, that is just jaw dropping, just in your face. I mean, you don't want to know the truth, don't ask. A show where we come at you with anything and everything, and it's going to be very, this is going to be with a lot of, a back and forth with not only us three as the host, but all of you who are going to be immediately drawn into this as our new family, our brothers and sisters of Bullshittin with the Boys. We're going to be bullshitting with some of our sisters too, who chimed in with our last episode. So, I cannot wait. We are, like I said, in the opening stages of this. We are going to be coming on this Friday. For sure, me and Matt Cronin will be on. Still, AJ is extremely busy with his team, the Danbury Hat Tricks, and everything he's got going on. Champs Gym. I mean, AJ is swamped with everything he's got going on into the community, everything that he is doing with his show. Is just incredible that he is swamped. But yet, when he heard about this show, just shows you the people that, like I said, put yourself in the group, what you want to be part of. And here, I reached out to Matt after we did the show. And this was just basically, you want to come on and just, have a good time and talk? Sure, why not? Let's do it. It was a Friday night. He had some time. I had some time. So, well, what do you want to talk about? What are we going to do? Because it really wasn't anything from My Fight Our War. It wasn't anything with Music and Mayhem. It was just two brothers sitting there talking hockey, talking sports, talking podcast, just chilling. Just like if you were out at the sports bar with your guys hanging out, talking. That's what it was. Well, we started hitting on all these different topics. And next thing you know, we're seeing the conversation and our conversation, but we noticed the comments just started to come in a little bit more. We ended up going for over an hour and a half, and it seemed like a half hour, if that, because it just kept rolling. We were going from talking about starting up a podcast to the things we're going on with Netflix, to him as a producer, as an editor, what goes on behind it. The next thing you know, we're talking about bears and deer and coyotes running around Connecticut. And then the next thing you know, we're talking about Matt going out to his car in the morning and finding some drunk guy passed out in his front seat, drooling all over the place. And so we're hitting all these different things. And it got to the point we were just talking and look over, and I'm like, holy shit. You talk about interaction. The board was lit up with either people laughing, people getting involved. So then we started throwing dumb dad jokes and just everything. That's the cool thing about, I love what I do. I've had people ask me about different parts of me, what I do, my personal things as far as shows, scripts, when I go to talk, what do I do? Outlines, formats, or, just like what. And the thing is, I just shoot from the hip, man. That's what I do. When it comes to Mondays, Just like I really hope you guys got a chance to see last night's show with the guest we had on was incredible. Johnny Wyrick. God, I'm sorry. I'm not the best with names, but Johnny over in Chicago, who created, formed Chicago Hope Dealers, which is nationwide, and the people that him and his wife are helping deal with addiction and recovery. Johnny over there, the show was incredible. The things that you learn about your guests and their past, their childhood, the way they were brought up, the things they had to overcome, and the things that they are doing now. So, Johnny, thank you so much. Check him out on his page, Johnny Wyrick over there in Chicago with Chicago Hope Dealers. But when it comes to shows like that, every Monday when we have a guest on who's telling their story, their testimony, it is very not scripted, but it is very focused on that person. It's focused on their story and what they went through, what they're going through, and what they are doing in the future. So yeah, when it comes to that, I mean it's on point. And when I say that, I mean it's on point about that individual. We venture off into different ways, and it's basically the way that the guest goes. I just sit back and enjoy the ride. And if things, sometimes like Johnny, man, he speaks all over the world and shit. I mean, he's got no problem doing interviews and shows. Um, Sometimes I'll have people who come on who do not have their own shows or organizations. It's just the everyday person who wants to tell their story. And it is, it can be very intimidating. I have people who watch Tyler and the rest of the family who chimes on here as guests who are our family members who type in their posted comments, asking questions, or just being part of our conversation. And I've had people in the past who've seen a few of the shows, and they're like, "Man, that looks like so much fun," and they'll message me, and they're like, "Man, I'd really love to be part of this. I'd like to do that." Okay, well, we'll get our story. Nicole, how you doing, honey? Thank you for popping on yesterday, and we will be chit chatting because I heard a rumor that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you might be interested in possibly coming on our wonderful show. Now that you are part of this amazing family, um, I believe I read that right. But then again, right now I'm dealing with a bad shoulder with surgery on Thursday and looking out of one eye. Oh, um, but let me know, Nicole, if that's something you're interested in, and if so, we will definitely. I think I even messaged you. Like I said, there's so much going on right now between My Fight Our War and our Monday shows that we do, obviously every Monday. But yesterday we did a show, but there's a lot that goes into that. Um, every Sunday we have our shows that drop from every 6 weeks or so. We fly out to our studio in New York, or we fly out to New York, and then we go to Connecticut, where our studio is there. And I'll do shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and those are all recorded, but they're all in person shows, interviews with my guests, and those are all produced and edited by Matt Cronin. And so that's on Sunday. On Wednesdays, I'm doing Music and Mayhem with my brother co-hosting Skylar Ray. That's on Wednesdays. And now another show that we're going to be doing. Again, I'm so honored to be just in the conversation and to be part of this family. Again, me, Matt Cronin, and AJ Galante hosting Bullshittin with the Boys. And we are going to be coming on this Friday. I believe it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time. And with the social media world, what I'm finding out is it's very hectic and things change suddenly. That's why I let OG do all the scheduling, because I'll have people contact me. Hey, listen, man, I want to be on your show. I want to do this. I want to do this. Oh, and by the way, can you be on our show? And we'd like you to come out for the speaking engagement. We'd like you to come out to this event, have you come down for a meet and greet and meet these people. And I'm like, yes, yes, yeah. I always say yes. Yeah, I'd love to do it. And well, when I first started out with this 2 years ago, it was no problem because people are like, My Fight or War, Manny Vitale. Huh? Who's that? What's that about? And through the grace of God and all you guys, this is really taking off. And it's kind of the point now between our followers with My Fight and with Music and Mayhem, with the family members, with Ian Bick and AJ and all these other people that associated with, I've gotten a lot busier. And I love every second of it. And I appreciate every second of it. I truly do. But I started saying, as I always do, saying, yeah, I'll be there. I'll do it. Sure. Let's, what time? Sure. And next thing you know, OG's like, the hell'd you do? I'm like, hey, man, we're going to get their name out there. We got another show to do, another show. She's like, yeah, that's fine. But you are triple booked. And we're going to be in New York. It's like, oh, so after I got my, my scolding, everything is done through OG, who is my admin. She runs the show, folks. So everything is done through her, scheduling shows for all the guests. As I just see, Nicole would love to. That'd be my honor to have you on, honey. It definitely would. So please reach out to OG. Lynn, you've seen her name, obviously. Just go to her page, hit her up on Messenger. She will walk you through the process as far as getting your information that she needs. And we are going to have our family member, Nicole, on our show. And I'm looking forward to it. Tyler's been on. Carol, how you doing, Carol? Good to see you as always. But so, the schedule is just getting very busy. And on top of that, between going to New York and Connecticut to do our shows there for My Fight Our War and have guests come in and out of New York and Connecticut. Going to have my studios being revamped here in Detroit. As you guys see, I've got the 2-person setup here. This was originally going to be just for doing virtual, just like I did with Johnny, who's in Chicago yesterday. But it's going to be set up soon where I'll be doing in-person interviews here at our studio, my studio in Detroit. So that's going to be going on. And now Bullshitting with the Boys with me, AJ and Matt is going to be, we're shooting for Fridays. And when I say this is in the first stages, I mean, it is. Thank God that one of the hosts, Matt Cronin, is a producer and an editor. I mean, he does everything and he does it better than, I'm very, you might say I'm a little bit partial, but his work speaks for itself as far as being a producer and editor, and his personality to have on as a host, it was a no-brainer, man. So having him being able to do the things, AJ is so extremely busy. But like I said, there's, your original team are me, him, and AJ. A lot of the times what we are going to do with, if AJ is not available, and even when he is, we're going to be pulling in surprise guests. Some you may not know, and some guests you definitely know. And that will be a surprise as well. And this show is going to be full of firsts, full of surprises, full of the what the just happened. And so it's right up our alley. When I talked to Matt about it, the first time, and I go, listen, man, just kind of, like I've always said, folks, if you don't ask, if you got something going on up here, but you're like, oh man, I don't know if I should ask, or this is maybe a stupid idea. I want this so bad, but I don't think it'll work. You know what? What do you got to lose? If you don't ask, or if you don't pursue it, you'll never know, and you're going to live in regret. So a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road from now, you'll be sitting there going, and you'll see something or you'll hear about something and you're like, man, that's what I wanted to do. That was my dream. And I didn't even try. And, You know what? And I know it sounds so cliche, and yeah, you know, you hear that all the time from people who've been doing it and maybe have been in second generation or had it hand down to them or something like that. Well, I'm telling you, man, that's not the case. I am proof, living proof of it. I have never ever done this before. Sitting in this chair with the headset on, talking to the mic, looking to the camera, dealing with, with what I do with in social media. I've never done. Um, and if you would have told me, which sounds another stupid as can be as well, if you would have told me this 6 years ago, um, Manny, you're going to have your own show. Not only that, you are going to be, create. You're going to create an organization, a family called My Fight or War, which is going to help all these people with addiction and everything else, everything that goes along with it. And not only are you going to do that, you're going to start doing videos that you're going to post. Oh, and by the way, you're going to get in front of a camera and do live shows that go literally around the world. And then you're going to go and do live shows and stand up in front of people, and you're going to tell your story. And then you're going to actually be getting asked to go on other shows, be a speaker at events, have people want to actually come and do meet and greets and talk to them about your family, about your story, to help people. It'd be like, there's no way. Well, first of all, because talking to anyone, I didn't even like talking to myself, man. But the thought of actually talking in front of a camera live, hell no, man. I'd get nervous talking to myself, like I said. But now I can't wait to put these on, get the studio fired up, hit that button in the corner, upper right corner that says live. And when I see that come on, it's like flipping a switch, man. It's go time. I love it. So please, don't cut yourself short, especially for us, for people like us who um, have made some choices that we wish we didn't, for people like us who have made the wrong mistakes and cost us family members and friends because of our actions that we no longer talk to because of dealing with addiction, mental health issues, whatever else it may be. It doesn't have to have a title. Like I tell people all the time, you want to, if you have a story that you'd like to share with us, let's talk about it. And they're like, well, it really doesn't have anything to do with addiction. It's not really mental health issues, but I just had some of these issues that really I had to battle through as a husband, a wife, as a father, as all these things. But I was able to do it. And it's like, well, then that is these comeback stories that we need to hear nowadays. There's so much negativity. There's so much freaking hate out there that we need to share anything and everything we can to make this world a better place. Whether it's a 5-minute short little video. Hey, listen, you know what I did today? I thought about doing this, career change. And I went and I talked to a counselor. I went and talked to somebody. And you know what? I just enrolled in college, or I just rolled into some technical support school, and I'm doing it. You know what? Pop on with me. I'll be glad to sit there and shoot the shit with you and share your happiness to let someone else know, hey, listen, man, this guy, this woman is 65 years old and just made a decision, and the happiness in their face and eyes, you could feel it. I'll share that with you. I've always said, man, if you want a voice, I've got a platform. I will give you that platform. I will do that. And because someone did it for me, and they didn't have to. And I'll never forget that appreciation. The only thing I ask is don't be an asshole. Don't sit there and use a platform that you've been given by the kindness of someone else. And I'm talking about for me, with someone else gave me this opportunity. Don't be a bully. Don't disrespect somebody. Well, first of all, you have some of these platforms, and you have to there's like a list of rules to abide by when you become part of a private function family. And I'm like, really? Like these are common sense things until I started this. And I would see some of the things, the mean things that people would say about people they don't even know, and some were trolls just being, morons that wanted to start stuff. Um, but mine are very clear. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be rude. We're not going to sit here and talk about religion. Or when I say this, don't take this the wrong way. Because Johnny last night, when I said we don't go into politics and religion, and what I mean by that is we don't, and I will not tolerate someone coming on and saying you must be this political belief or you must be this religion, and that's it. Everything else you will lose and you will fail unless you abide by this religion and this political race. No, that will not happen on this show. Now, when it comes to religion, I will sit here all freaking day and be proud of my religious views as a Catholic, my faith and belief in God. I'll sit here all day and talk about it because that's mine. That's what I believe in, and it's helped me. When I was told I'm going to be dead in 6 weeks, my faith in God and my family and friends is everything to me. But you will never, ever hear me say to anybody, you need to be Catholic and you need to be, follow this, this, and that's it, or else you will never succeed. I've said it many times. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your faith, whatever it is, as long as it works for you and you benefit by it. God bless you, man. You want to come on the show and say whatever religion, I don't care if you're Lutheran, Protestant, I don't care, whatever it is, as long as you don't push yours on someone else by saying this, my way is the only way. And just like with recovery, I will, and I have supported any organization who's here to help with the support of addiction, mental health issue, stuff like that. Man, I will support you, promote you the best of my ability. I will come out and I will guest speak at your events. I will do whatever I can to help promote you. However, I will not ever sit there and say this is the only way, though. Just like with religion, with recovery, I will share my ideas. I will share my opinions, what's worked for me and what's worked for other family members. Again, share our opinions and our thoughts and our suggestions. What you won't hear is me saying, this is how you become sober. And this is how you stay sober and you stay in recovery is by doing this. And that's it. You first must do this. If you don't, then you will fail. No. Again, we will offer suggestions. We will be there to help any way we can. So I don't care what your organization is, what your platform is. If you are in social media and part of this platform for support and recovery, I talk about all of them. AA, Live Right, Al-Anon, Fan, Hard Knocks, it just goes on and on. Sober Patrol. I mean, there's so many, and I promote them all. I've been on a lot of them, and a lot of them have been on my show, and it's like a family. And that's what we are. We are an extended family. Just like we got my man right there, who is also tattooed on my back for the last 35 years. My fight, our war. That's our family. That's you guys. But all of the other ones that I just mentioned, they're our extended family. It's like the aunts and the uncles, through marriage, their family. That's what we are. We just keep growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So people have asked me, I've had people, they'll say, Manny, part of my fight, our war, a friend of mine told me about this other organization. Let's just, how about we do recover with my brother, Skylar Ray? And they were talking about this other organization. And they said, yeah, I became a member of that too. And I was like, you're not cheating on me. I suggest that join as many as you can. We're social media, obviously. We're virtual, obviously. We are here 24/7, or someone is. Some people need more structure, in-person meetings. Guy, by all means, do it. Whatever works for you, man. Um, and I know that I'm just rambling, but when I get excited about stuff, I mean, there's no stopping me. And this new show with me, Matt, and AJ, bullshitting with the boys, it has nothing to do with My Fight Our War. It has nothing to do with Music and Mayhem. This is a separate show. Because I'll have people say, "Hey, you guys were talking about drinking and smoking." Well, just so you know, it's not illegal to drink. It's not illegal to get drunk. It's illegal to drink and drive. It's illegal with some of the things that happen. So we're not condoning that, because I've already had people trying to, haters will be haters. You guys know that. And I think I know, you know where I'm going. So you know what? Let's just jump off here a little bit. Tyler, you know I love you, my man. Tyler's been on my show. I hate that. I'm so sorry. I'm in my mode because of switching the show to bullshit with the boys. Our family with My Fight Our War. So thank you for that for Tyler. We'll be getting him back on. And of course, the lovely Nicole will be coming on, as I see here. There's proof, man. You can't take it back, Nicole. I'm sorry, man. It's like, no take backs. So you're it. So Nicole said she'd love to. So I'm holding you to it, honey. Nicole is in. We will set up a time and when we can get you going, but you are definitely in. Carol, as always, thank you so much for your support from day one. And I will take that as a yes, because she's very excited. And we are too. We can do anything we put our minds to. You know what, Nicole, you're going to have to stick around and when every time I'm on here, because everything you're saying is, it's right. It's true. Anything we want. My biggest thing now is, if you can dream it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. And never, ever, ever let anyone's negative words or comments affect your day. I don't care who these people are. I don't care if they think they're up here on raising that bar and you feel that you're down here, and you come up with your idea or suggestion or thought, and they're like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That'll never work. You know what you tell them? Say, oh, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. So let's do that. But Nicole, you are dead on when you say that. What do we got out, man? Nicole, I'm just going to have you come on and guest host with me one night. Especially addicts. I feel like we can make it through hell. We can do anything. Addicts are the strongest people out there. All right, Nicole. No, you started to freak me out a little bit, man. Have you been watching a little bit longer than this? Because I'm just messing with you. But the thing is, a lot of things that you're saying are so true, and that they're things that I've said only because of people like you can relate to what you just said. And being that, by what I mean by that is, I've had some pretty heated arguments with people over the years. And I had this one guy saying, freaking addicts, you're weak, you're selfish, and I sat there. In the past, I just would have blasted his ass and knocked his ass out. That was in the past. So now I sat here because now, when it comes to controversy, in the past, I just told you what would have happened. Now, controversy brings about conversation, which brings about ideas and thoughts. And, and you may not agree at the end of the day, but you might see things differently. So bring it on. But I had this individual just telling me how weak we all are and how selfish we all are. And afterwards, before I blew up on him, I was like, I go, you know what? You're right. You are absolutely freaking right. But here's where you're wrong. Because he was saying people who are dealing with addiction and who are in with recovery. And you guys all know, when it comes to addiction, active addiction, we are as selfish as they come. We care about nobody. I mean, nobody, not even ourselves. So he was dead on, man, when he said that. We're weak. Yep. When you are in that position, and again, those of you who know me from day one, I've always said, when I'm speaking like this, I'm speaking firsthand, coming from me. I will never put my words in anyone else's mouth. Weak. Yep. You could have called me that. I gave in and I freaking caved on many occasions because of that. So selfish. Yes. Weak. Yes. Now here's where, I shoved it in his face. I said, I tell you what, I challenge you. I go, anybody who is in recovery, we are the strongest MFers that you have met. And you can't compare to us. And I said, and that being said, I don't mean that without backing it up. I go, let's just throw life in general. Because he was telling me he's never had any issues with addiction. No one in his family has ever had any problems with addiction. And no one in this man's circle has ever had any issue with addiction. No one he knew, which I politely laughed and said, you're full of shit. But that's just my opinion. Everyone who knows somebody at some point in their life. And I said, so your issues. He goes, well, I got to deal because he was saying how we use anything for an excuse. He goes, I got problems at work. I got problems with financial issues. I have problems with maybe personal issues with kids and spouses and all these other things that he's going on and on daily problems that happen every single day. So I let him finish yapping. I said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I go, yeah, you know what? Too bad you're not as strong as we are. And he kind of, looked at me. I go, you know what people dealing with addiction do? We do everything that you just said. I go, oh, by the way, there's this little black hole, this little evil MF man called addiction that we fight every day, 24 hours a day, on top of everything you just said, and we still kick its ass. So you want to try calling us weak now? And he shut up. So yeah, you know what, Nicole? I love it. Thank you. And we got Trisha Gibson. How you doing, Trisha? She's been a guest on our show. Tyler's been a guest on the show, and Nicole is going to be a guest on our show. Yes, it is. Again, man. I want. Nicole wants. All right. And again, I'm hoping that maybe you've maybe gone back and saw a couple of my shows because there's a lot of words that I use. And I always tell people that to be careful of words because words, certain words we use, the content that we use them could be just huge, amazing, the greatest thing that could help motivate somebody to the best of their abilities. Or our own words could set us up for disaster and destroy someone else's way of thinking. So, a lot of times I will say, when you look in that mirror, all of our family, all of you, Trisha, Nicole, Tyler, Heidi, Skylar, King Handsome, man, all of us, Kalichi, every one of us, when we look in that mirror, I always say, what do you see looking back at you? Because what I see warriors, I see champions, and I see the most caring, giving, loving, compassionate people I've ever seen in my life. Oh, yeah, by the way, they're all my family. They're all you. So I hope you guys are as proud of yourselves as I am. And it is truly an honor to be part of this family. And that is why I jumped on here to tell you guys about the new show, Bullshittin with the Boys, with me, Matt Cronin, and AJ Galante. So I'm just trying to get we're like I said, we're working out the best thing with Matt. Like I said, with him as our producer and as our editor. I mean, we need the thumbnail, which is basically the promos and the ads that we run prior to the show, with our lovely pictures on it and the little flashy catchphrases on that. For me to put my up there, which I do my best, I'm back and forth doing it. Well, Matt, within minutes, he's like, here, I just sent you something. I look on my phone. It's just like, holy crap. So I'm very spoiled that way. So thank you, Matt Cronin. Uh-oh, I got a Nicole thing. I just started watching you 2 weeks ago, and I'm hooked. Big thanks to Brenda. Sunshine. Sunshine is, I tell you what, she is a beautiful person inside and out. Her story, she was a guest. I hope you saw it live. If you didn't, obviously you can go back to see it. Um, Brenda has been part of our family for a while now, and chit chatting with her, she is an incredible person, man, and so honored. In fact, we are going to be heading out to Vancouver, Washington, um, the end of August. That's going to be a great time. I'm flying out to New York. Actually, my brother Skylar Ray is going to be doing some singing. Him, and Kayla are flying to New York and then to Connecticut, um, August 25th, and they're going to be there that week. We are flying in August 28th. We're going to be there the rest of that week, and I'm going to be doing shows for My Fight Our War. Plus, we're going to be doing shows for Bullshit with the Boys in studio. And then we have an event with Coach Tony that myself and Skylar and Kayla are going to be involved in. And OG, as far as doing something with Coach Tony that week, too. Then all four of us are flying from Connecticut back, hands across the bridge. Yep, and hopefully we'll see you there. We'll be able to get to meet you in person, Nicole. And then I believe on the 31st, us four are flying from New York back to Detroit with a layover, then flying from Detroit back to Oregon, and then the next day doing the event, hands across the bridge, and then the next day flying back home to Detroit. So this amazing journey just gets better by the day. You're looking at a guy who didn't fly. The first time I ever flew, I think I was 21, 22 or something like that. And that's about it for my traveling. Now I fly back and forth to New York every 6 weeks to a studio. I use words and things and sentences that I never thought I'd use in my life, and it truly is a blessing, man. And I just love it. And this is just the beginning. It's good. OG was messing with me. She's like, you got to learn to say no sometimes because we're running out of days during the week. Because besides doing the Monday shows, the Sunday releases, that's another thing. Is I really appreciate you guys. If you could please go to YouTube, go to My Fight Our War, and hit that little box that says subscribe. And then if you could like and share our content, doesn't cost you a penny. All you got to do is push that button, and it'll help with our viewers to help with monetization because this is actually starting. I never asked for stars. I never asked for money. You've never heard me ask ever. And but it does get a little pricey between airfare, the car rentals, everything going on, and traveling back and forth to these different states to do these events. And you know what? That's on me. No one forced me to do this. I love it. So please, thank you, Nicole. And you know what? Since you got a second, if you guys could flip over to our rejuvenated TikTok. If you could please go over to TikTok and follow us on TikTok, that would be so helpful. Because as well, we need that as well to help out with our traveling expenses and stuff like that as well. And I just saw, and Nicole, thank you. I see that. Thank you. Who is in the house? Sunshine is in the house. How you doing, Sunshine? Thank you. Big things. Yes, I hope you heard and saw what I announced with our new show that's going to be happening, and it's going to be incredible. And me and Matt were just talking about this, and what started out is basically just two brothers that were bored. We were sitting there talking on the phone last Friday, or last Thursday, Friday, and I was sitting in the studio. I was sitting right here. We were FaceTiming because we were talking about some of the stuff with the show. And I said something about, yeah, man, when are we going to go live? He goes, well, shit, I ain't doing nothing. Well, hold on a minute. So I hung up on him, fired up the computer, fired up the studio, sent him the link. Bam. There we were live, just letting it rip, shooting from the hip, just having fun. And next thing you know, it's an hour and a half later. And the interaction with all of you guys, it was incredible. This wasn't planned. In fact, as you guys know, the only thing that I plan is the stuff that's set in stone already. Monday night, My Fight Our War at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with our guests. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Music and Mayhem with my brother Skylar Ray. Now, with the announcement of Bullshittin with the Boys with me and Matt Cronin. And let's see. We have a new show starting. And you know what? If that's not enough, I have a meeting tomorrow with two friends of mine about another possibility of something happening here. Let's see. You know what? I'm sorry here, but I just got this thing just popped up on my monitor from StreamYard. Log this to your Facebook. Right. Hold that 1 second. I really hope that, you know what? I'm going to let this fly here for a second. And hopefully I didn't lose you guys. But yeah, this is just insane. This is insane to think, not only to be blessed to be part of having a show, but to have three, and possibly, depending on how tomorrow's meeting goes. Yeah, it's insane. And the doors that this has opened, and the people that I have been so blessed to meet, Sunshine, Nicole, Carol, Tyler, all of you guys, man. It's my honor to meet you guys. And I truly mean that, because without you, I mean, I'd be sitting here talking into this and looking into that and talking to myself. And there are nights, man, where I've done shows, and when I first started, there were nights there were no responses, there were no comments, there was nothing. But you know what? I kept going because I there were things I wanted to talk about. And even though that I wasn't getting any comments, it didn't stop me. It was just like bullshit, and just like Nicole, and just like, Brenda and everyone else, Tyler, all you guys know, go for it, man. Just freaking go for it. The worst thing, like they said that there's worse things in the world than failing, and that's not trying. If you fail on something, it's because you either quit or you gave up. Now, there's things that may not go exactly the way you planned or expected, but you know what? If it doesn't work, try another way. Don't give up on it. Try another way. Well, yeah, but if I do it this way, it won't be exactly the same, and it'll be different. All right, it'll be different. Different doesn't mean it's worse. Could be better. Maybe you weren't supposed to do it that way. That's why it didn't work out. Maybe you were supposed to have that minor setback. Just remember, man, the only limits that we have are the limits that we put upon ourselves. And just remember too, man, there are no setbacks. There are no setbacks. There's only great comebacks waiting to happen. So just think about that. Just think about that for a second. The only limits you have are the ones you put on yourself. And there are no setbacks, just amazing comebacks waiting for you. And I thoroughly believe that. I'm proof that it happens, man. So now my little 10-15 minute pop on here to discuss our new show is turned into almost 50 minutes. 50 minutes of me just rattling. Boom, or rambling, I should say. But that's all right. You know what? By me rambling, and as Nicole said, not giving up, I caught the attention of some people who believed in me and gave me an opportunity like no other. And And that means so much to me as I go back to day one with Brad McLeod at Sober's Cool. That very first interview I did. When he found out that I never did an interview in my life, he could have just said, "Well, you know what? We'll maybe next time." No, man. He said, "Well, I'll tell you what." Instead of saying that, he was honest with me. He said, "Some people, as soon as it goes live, and that first one was just audio; it wasn't video at all. So you didn't see this ugly bug. All you did was hear this voice of mine." Um, and he goes, "We usually shoot for the." And then as soon as he found out it was my first one, he goes, "Let's just go for maybe if we could go a half hour, we'll see how you're doing." He goes, "But we'll kind of keep it because I could see him, but it wasn't anyone else." Um, it's like every 15 minutes, he'll see how the show's going. And he goes, "If you see me going like this, just keep going. We'll just keep rambling, keep talking." He goes, "If you see me go like this," he goes, "we're going to get ready to shut it down." Well, I don't know what happened, but as soon as he did the introduction and introduced me, it was like someone flipped a switch. We went for the next hour and a half. And my very first podcast that I did, we after we got done, he was blown away. He couldn't believe it was my first one. He was so nice. Guy took me under his wing, and then he introduced me to Dan and Donna at Hard Knocks. They heard my story. They talked to Brad. He told them about me. Dan's like, "Dude, we got to get you on the show." All right. Well, I didn't know that. I thought they were all just talking on the radio, like you just audio, no video. He goes, "Oh no, ours is just like basically watching TV, man." And he said, "Oh, and by the way, it's live." I'm like, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Yeah, it's all live, not recorded. It's live." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." So I shot my first promo with them, which went amazing. Did my first live with them, and Dan and Donna took me under their wing as well, and kind of showed me the ins and outs, gave me the what the red flags, what to be careful for, and from then on, it was it's been pure joy ever since. But just like the real world, everyone's not what they seem, and you get some people who really aren't what they claim to be or who they claim to be once the cameras stop. And I got to learn that very early, which was a huge thank you to those guys. And so I was extremely careful who I aligned myself with and made the right choices because who you align yourself with in social media is huge. I mean, you get in there and you're backing someone who is just not exactly what they seem, could be very disastrous to your career. And I've always said from day one, what you see in front of this right now, this camera, is the exact same person you're going to see when this camera ends. So this obnoxious asshole that's sitting here right now is exactly the same when the camera stops. But it's all in fun, folks. And I will have your backs, and we will do this together as a team, as a family. And Nicole, welcome to that family, and soon to be a guest on the show. Um, hit up OG, and we will be talking to you soon. And Brenda, thank you. I understand that she's um, friends of yours, so of course, her family. So we're all family here. You know that. All right, guys, I've wasted enough of your time, and by the uh, looks of it, um, well, we'll just let's see, two. Okay, yeah, but I just wanted to originally, like I said, just get the news about our new show, and I'm so excited about that. You guys, with the three individuals, me, Matt, and AJ, the things we're going to be doing, our shows, our content, man, picture My Fight Our War, Music and Mayhem, and kind of all rolled up together, and then magnify that by about 1,000 twice. And it's just going to be that explosive. It's going to be that in your face. It's going to be fun, exhilarating. It's going to be shocking as hell, entertaining as hell. We will, never disrespect anybody. I mean, we are what we are. Like I always said, man, you get what you give and you give what you get. So we are all believers in that. So welcome to Bullshitting with the Boys. You guys have a great day and check us out soon. And I will be hitting you up with more information. And I will probably be going on again later. I have got time on my hands before I go back to work because of my surgery, which if you guys can, don't forget, you got to throw some positive thoughts and prayers my way. I'd appreciate it. I'm going in for another shoulder replacement this coming Thursday. I will find out what time this coming Wednesday. So until then, I love you guys. And as always, keep fighting the good fight.